Hey everybody, Woongjin here, bringing you another StarCraft commentary. The MSL round of 32 goes on, and I believe this is the last group. It's going to be Group D. We have lots of protosses in this group, so it's going to be very interesting how this goes on. And we start off with the PvP. To start you guys off, it's going to be Free against Doctor.K, also known as Bull T. I'm yet undecided what it is that I'm going to call him. Free, going by pretty these days. That's nice. Having pictures there, assumingly of himself. But yeah, this Free is actually a very good Protoss player. His PvP is quite different, quite good. He is pretty much even in that regard. His PvP stats doing pretty well last season, getting to the semifinals of the last MSL, where he was put an end to by Bisu. But overall, putting a pretty good performance in the last time, so we're going to see how well he manages here. And he's a rather overall good player. And this here is Doctor.K, also known as Bull T, as I just said. He's the captain of the SK Telecom T1 team, although he doesn't have a lot of games under his belt at all. He has like a total of maybe 10 or so played games. And his versus Protoss is actually not that great. He's won, I believe, a game, lost a game or so, so he's just played over just like about 10 professional games. So I don't really know why it is that he is the captain. Maybe he just takes a more different role as the captain of the team rather than playing. He does other things for the team, but overall don't really know much about him, so we'll see. 4, 3, 2, 1, go. This is gonna be on a destination, and just real interesting. Gonna see how this last group in the round of 32 of the MSL is going to work out. We've had a lot of interesting games so far, a lot of interesting players that gotten through. Last group was the group of death, Group F, where we saw, spoiler guys, where we unfortunately saw Jaedong leave the tournament, so he's not going to be winning the MSL again for a while, but he is in the round of 16 in the OSL, so we're going to see how he does in that there. So yeah, position-wise, we're going to have Free or Pretty in yellow at the 11 o'clock, and Bull T and Teal at the 5 o'clock. So yeah, I'm just going to stick to calling him Bull T because it's shorter name than Doctor.K. Could technically just call him K, but I'm going to stick to Bull T. So far, I believe we're just seeing some standard stuff here. Pylons going down. Nothing fucking. This is a two-player map. Fairly decent for Protoss. Give them, well, a sufficient amount of maneuverability. 3 gases that they can take and maneuver between and defend pretty well. So it's all in all pretty good. Reaver harassment is definitely viable. There's a wide open space behind your enemy line that you can plop a bunch of harassment down. You can go for Reavers, you can go for Dark Templar. There's enough space in the middle of the map. Despite those huge bridges which you can control, you can maneuver troops around, and all in all for huge Dragoon battles. Probe Scouts going out now for both players, and we'll just see where it is that they deviate, if they do indeed deviate. Maybe you will see that both players go for the exact same strategy. Maybe not. Just one gateway so far. Probably going to be the standard gateway intercept and air score into gateway. And then after that, some higher tech. Gas coming now up for Bull T, so putting down another pylon as well as getting his assimilator, and just his gateway just now getting down. We're going to see whether he gets some zealots going. Also an assimilator for Free, although I don't see a second pylon for him so far. He might be thinking of doing something else. That Free is now inside of Bull T's base. We're going to see whether it tries to manor pylon him at all. Don't see from that. It could have actually been a minor pylon, but I don't actually think it was. I believe that it was indeed Bull T's pylon. Bull T might be thinking that pylon that was there might have actually been, yeah, that pylon in the middle might actually be a kind of defensive pylon against a minor pylon. Wow, looking at the polls, pretty much everybody thinks that Free's gonna win. I think those 9% that think Bull T is gonna win are just like huge fans of his or something that really want him to win. Cybernetic score now going down for Free. And Free's going to have that Zealot running after that probe. We're going to see how Doctor.K. I haven't really seen Doctor.K. play at all. I haven't seen a single game where he's played. His statistics is he has only played about 10 games. He's about lost and won an equal amount. So I really don't have anything to say against him. I've heard he's a pretty promising player, but he hasn't played that much. So overall, I'm just really looking forward. I haven't seen him in the Pro League at all. A single game this season, I believe. So we'll just see overall how it is that he plays. Maybe it's just the guy that somehow managed to get here into the MSL round of 32. And we'll just see what kind of future he has in store for himself. Free, interestingly enough, just now getting a cybernetics core, getting 2 Zealots. Meanwhile, to run around, both players getting 2 Zealots. Going to try to catch the probe out of position. The probe has taken a little bit of damage. Almost dying, actually. Pretty sure dying, but both players still keeping those inside. Second gateway now coming up after cybernetics core for both players, I believe. Well, Free, definitely. And I don't see a second gateway, meanwhile, up for Bull T. Bull T managing to kill that scouting probe just before he goes for his next tech decision. Don't see a second gateway for him, so he might actually be thinking of going for quick reaver tech when I see whether it goes for quick cybernetics facility, robotics facility before a second gateway. No, in fact, I believe, yeah, that is a second gateway. It's a rather late second gateway. Maybe he was trying to hide that. Now has his own Dragoon out as well. Just pylon being planted there by Pretty. Scouting probe finally killed, so Bull T definitely knows there's a 2-gate, and after that, he can pretty much assume. He's probably going to assume robotics facility. That is the standard in TBT, but we're going to see whether Free decides to deviate. Yes, indeed he does. Citadel of Adun actually out. So, might be going for a quick Templar check, going to try to sneak in some Dark Templar. And we're going to see whether Bull T goes for standard. If he goes for the robotics facility into observatory, then I believe a Dark Templar attack wouldn't be too successful. Although you never know, Free might actually be thinking of getting some quick High Templar out there. Might even be thinking of a High Templar drop, although I think this is more in the vein of a Dark Templar move out, maybe even Dark Templar drop. Bull T planning down some pylons. Don't see any high tech. I believe he has the probe out there. Then naturally, he might be actually thinking of expanding, and I believe that could actually be a very bad move for him. Using his minerals to expand because the Still of a Doom now is out for Pretty. He's going to now plant down the Templar archives. I don't see any robotics robotics facility out for him yet. So from what I can see, he's probably going to just go for some Dark Templar. Ooh, one Dragoon moving in there for Free is going to be met by Dragoon fire. That's definitely not enough. Bultino getting his Nexus very, very early expansion. I just hope for his sake he's not. I believe he could actually be overextending himself. He's not going to have anything against his Dark Templar that are coming his way, and he's going to get completely stuck up. I believe this is already Free's game. No robotics facility, and I believe even if the robotics facility comes out, it's going to be far too late. No Forge also up to get some cannons to defend against these. Dark Templar are going to be coming, and no Scout either. So just now a robotics facility. And it's going to be very critical, very, very critical of that. Bulty definitely gets a observatory first. If he doesn't, then that's going to be curtains for him. I've seen Free do this before. He did that against Best, and beat Best in that game because Best just did not know that these Dark Templar were coming his way, and he put down a robotics support before he put down a observatory, and because of that he simply just lost the match, got completely raped by Dark Templar. And Free now getting his own expansion as well, so he's also going to try to get some economics and going to try to get some serious economic damage done with those Dark Templar. Are going to be popping out just now. Yeah, 2 Dark Templar now on the way, and we're just going to see whether it is. If the observatory comes down first, I just don't know whether it's going to be enough. Now the robotics facility for Bulty is going to be ready any minute now, and I definitely don't think he's scouted this at all from Free. He's going to see whether he puts down an observatory. If he doesn't, it's going to be it. It's going to be end right there. And I don't know if Bulty's blocking those bridges enough. He definitely needs to have his forces, his units in a way that he can. Observatory first for Bulty, so that's one short little thing that might be coming his way. Dark Templar are now moving in, and they just move right by the forces. Oh man, Bulty not